These long dog days of summer, I mean, we just made it through a heat wave. Mama was parched through this heat wave. I was hitting up Dunkin' every single day, and I will continue to probably for the rest of my days, but especially this summer. Dunkin' is helping everyone stay cool this summer with its lineup of refreshers. These drinks are packed with bold, fruity flavors and served ice cold. It's amazing. Dunkin' refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. I like to start my morning with them personally, and then sometimes I go back for a second one because I'm just feeling crazy. They come in a variety of delicious flavors, including fan favorites mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. And then for a limited time, there's black cherry and there's pink pineapple. I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's a bold claim, let me tell you, but I stand behind it. Pink pineapple will change your life. It is so good. It has me feeling like I'm sitting in a pool, resort side, just living, honey. It's so yummy. Try your favorite flavor with green tea, sparkling water, lemonade, or Dunkin's all-new limeade. I haven't tried the limeade yet, but I'm going to. Usually I get my drinks made with green tea and occasionally lemonade, but I do really like the green tea. Or if you don't want to build your own, try one of Dunkin's curated refreshers like the Cherry Lime Ricky or the Ultimate Pink Daydream. The Cherry Lime Ricky, scrumptious. I could drink like 3 of these a day. They're so freaking yummy. Head to Dunkin' today and find your favorite refresher. Dunkin' refreshers contain less than 1% fruit juice. Limited time offer. When it comes to online college, Southern New Hampshire University is so good, it's scary. Listen, the facts don't lie. SNHU has degree programs that fit your goals, online classes that fit your life, and real support at every step. And if that wasn't enough, they've got some of the lowest online tuition rates in the U.S. This is an airtight case, you guys. Visit snhu.edu/morbid to get started. That's snhu.edu/morbid. Every good detective needs a partner to support them on important cases. Think of a State Farm agent like your sidekick, there to help you along the way in your search for coverage. State Farm can help you choose the coverage you need, whether it's for your home, car, boat, or even RV. With so many options, it's nice knowing you have help finding what fits for you so you can get back to solving all of life's bigger cases. Go to statefarm.com or use the award-winning app to connect with a local agent and get a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hey, weirdos, I'm Alaina.
I am MASH.
And this is Morbid. Haha, I tricked you. LOL.
This is a crazy, silly goose version.
I'm always a silly goose, but
silly
it's
goose business.
Listener tales.
And you know what that means.
By you, for you, from you, and all about you.
Yay!
I'm unhinged.
Guys, we needed this after Fred and Rose West.
Jesus Christ.
My goodness, what a ride we all took together.
I know. I think I have literally, do you know, like, I feel like this hit me all of a sudden. I just feel like you cut
her
off.
eyes. Can I just tell you her eyes are closed right now?
They were, yeah.
And she's leaned back and she's gesturing vividly.
Wildly. I just picture cutting off the top of my head and pouring out all of that information into a coffee cup and then chucking it off the side of the highway.
Huh.
That's mine.
I like that. You know what? I like that.
It's
and
better
I might
than
use
the eraser
that. I'm not going
board.
to put it in a coffee cup though, because I hate throwing out coffee cups.
Well, just like a styrofoam one.
So I'm just gonna do it into
a trash can.
A trash can.
Oh, a metal one.
Yeah.
Because it's like apocalyptic.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll do that too. Hold on.
Or into a fire. Into a campfire.
No, because then the fumes spread.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You got to think about those things.
You really do. You have to think about these
You have to think about the significant repercussions of your actions.
You do, of pouring information out of your brain.
After you cut the top of your head off.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. We're all there, I think.
The cool thing is that you could put the top of my head back on.
I could. I know how to do that.
That was like that's like a living of
that
yours.
Was one of the things I got pretty good at, actually. Is taking it off and putting it back on.
You have layers.
I do.
I was talking about you at a place that I went. I was talking about you at like a little dinner thing that I went to. And just like how many layers you have.
Hey, thanks for talking about my layers.
You're welcome. Everyone in my life is very impressed with you. And I'm like, yeah.
Wow. I don't feel like an impressive person.
That's
I feel
so fucking stupid.
like a strange and unusual person, but
I mean, why can't all of those
I know,
things
they
be
can
true
both
at
be
once?
true, I suppose.
You're strange, unusual, and wildly successful.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. You're
Thank
welcome.
you so much.
Absolutely.
I have speaking of like strange, unusual, and wildly successful, I have a new TikTok person that you guys should follow.
What?
And they're an author.
What?
A thriller author.
Is it the lady that you showed me today?
Yeah.
I
her
love
name
her.
is Geneva Rose.
I like her a lot.
Her name is great. And then I'm telling you, she's a phenomenal TikTok follow, and I've already like the books are coming. She won me over with her personality, and now I believe in her. She has a lot of books. Like she has a few books, and the most recent one is like Home is Where the Bodies Are. And the cover of it, it's like, I mean, also her husband like will jump on her TikTok videos and do like a quick synopsis of her books to like market them, and it's wonderful to do. It makes me want to make John try to do a synopsis of my book, but
wait, that's a great TikTok
I know
idea.
I would have to credit Geneva Rose for that one because you spearheaded that campaign.
Credit her.
And your husband is wonderful at it. But he did like a whole thing, and he said like there's 90s vibes in that one, and it's like the whole cover looks like a VHS tape.
Which one is this?
It's the Home is Where the Bodies Are Buried, I think it is. And I ordered it immediately.
It does look like and she got a blurb from Lisa Jewell, our girl.
Oh, our girl Lisa.
Lisa's
a sweetheart.
I just ordered You Shouldn't Have Come Here, and I think now I have to order.
You got to get that. So go Geneva Rose for the win. She's a great TikTok follow. She's just really funny. She's got like really good deadpan humor.
I love that kind of humor.
She's one of those people that you're like, wow, I dig you. Like I just dig you as a person. So go follow her because you know what? Authors,
Party.
Authors everywhere.
Authors.
Support them.
In your hair. I love it.
And you can also support me by pre-ordering The Butcher Game. It's coming out September 17th.
Finger guns.
I was like, I don't know if this is a good segue. I think it is.
I really wish you had done, you could all support me too. Just like root them, toot them.
If you want to pre-order that stuff. All kinds of fun things are going to be coming up this year for the Butcher Game. So hang on to your bouteilles because you should pre-order it. I'm telling you.
I think you should because I already finished reading it.
Do it.
Or you're dumb.
Do it or be a rhombus.
Buy this book or you're stupid. Buy this book or you're stupid.
But yeah, that's like my happy note to go follow Geneva Rose.
I love that. I've just been baking a lot of bread.
Beautiful bread.
I know. Oh my gosh, thank you.
Yeah, very beautiful bread.
Yeah, it's overproofed. Or no, I think underproof.
the proof has gone the wrong way.
There's a lot of rules.
Yeah.
There's a lot of opinions because some people say under, then some people say over.
You just never know.
I think I'm going to buy a bread proofer.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's when you've really gotten serious about bread.
Drew says I'm on a bread journey.
You are on a bread journey.
I am. And you know what? We're having a lot of sandwiches and
We're
toast.
all going to benefit from it. So
I'm never buying bread from the store again.
No.
And nobody else should because you know what? Hot take here.
Uh-oh.
No, hot take. That's not bread. It's not bread.
You can pry the potato bread out of my cold, dead hands.
What if I make you potato bread? It'd probably be better because it's probably actual bread.
Challenge.
Accepted?
I hope so.
I'll make you potato bread. I'll look it up tonight.
All right, potato bread.
We'll have a taste test.
Blind taste test.
Let's do it. Bobby Flay style.
That's happening.
A-B.
Bobby Flay.
Remember that? It wasn't Beat Bobby Flay, was it?
Yeah, I think it was. Beat Bobby Flay.
Beat Ash Kell and her bread. Let's fucking go. I'll perfect it for a little bit.
We're going to do that.
Okay.
So everybody prepare.
I love potato bread and I love potatoes. So
you know what I love?
Me.
Listener tales.
Yeah, we should get to that. Oh, I love that you didn't even say like, yeah, you too.
Yeah,
you were just like listener tales.
I was like, no, I like listener tales.
Wow.
All right. There's not a real like theme.
No.
To today's.
It's a smorgasbord.
This is just like a poo-poo platter of wild tales.
I love that.
Lots of paranormal. I was feeling, I told you guys last 4 episodes actually that Mama needs some ghosties.
Yes.
Okay. Mama needs some ghosties. Mama needs some lighthearted tales, but I don't think all of these are lighthearted, but let's go.
But they're paranormal and that's fun.
Yeah. So in this first one, I mean, it's called That Time I Channeled My Inner Buffy and Still Got Yeeted from the Cemetery.
Oh. on
Like,
topic because we literally
come on.
just watched Buffy today. Go listen to the rewatcher or else.
Do it. So this one says, "Hey, morbid friends. My name is Jackie. Yes, you can use my name and any other names in this story. Don't even think about shortening a single part of this. I
would
won't.
never.
I worked hard on it. Haha, just kidding. Do what you want. It's your podcast." Speaking of, I fucking love all of the hard work you put into the podcast. Also loved The Butcher and the Wren. Thank you.
It was so good.
It was incredible, and I can't wait for the next book. It's
even
coming out
better.
September 17th. You can pre-order it now. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you, Alaina. Oh my God, thank you, Jackie. Okay, moving on. I honestly feel like I'm a mashup doppelganger of the two of you. I was born in 85. What?
That's Alaina.
And when all the other kids were asking, what would Jesus do? I was asking, what would Buffy do? I'm a Gemini and former party girl who loves all things spooky. Now married to my best friend. We are proud members of the LGBTQ plus community. Busy raising our 3 cats and living the fucking dream as much as someone can these days.
You as much as someone can, that part. You really are a mashup of the two of us.
Truly. I was also mostly raised by my grandparents because my biological mother sucked at being my mom. So my sister / aunt and I are very much like sisters, even with our age difference.
This is crazy.
So I love your banter, and it reminds me of her. Whenever I hear Ash talk about Papa, Ma, and crazy mom stuff, I'm like, same. So thanks for being my imaginary best friend doppelgangers. Anyway, here's your puttifa.
Let's go.
Come along with me, gentle viewers. This story takes place in a little town located in the northern part of my home state. It's a hippie artist town surrounded by red rocks. It's got a very new age vibe to it, and it's filled with strange energy, vortexes, UFOs, and other spooky shit. I want to go to there.
I would like to also go to there.
Well, my grandparents, who I call mom and dad / papa, spent decades dreaming of retiring to this beautiful, little weird town. They bought property in the 90s and officially built their dream home early 2000s. At the time they bought the property in the 90s, they also got cemetery plots because, well, planning for the future, I guess.
Honestly, that shit just gets more expensive.
It
so
does,
you might
so
as well.
good on them. My dad often liked for us to visit the cemetery and take walks. I love that. I love cemeteries.
Same.
It was truly a beautiful and peaceful place. I'm sure you weirdos get it.
We do.
Of course we do. While visiting one day, he stumbled upon 2 graves that were a little different from all the rest. It was a husband and wife buried next to one another. They had beautiful bronze headstones that appeared to have long letters written on them. So, of course, my dad took a closer look.
I'm going to sob.
The husband's read, "During the last few months, I wanted to sit with you and thank you for all you had done for me. Apologize for the times I might have disappointed you. Tell you I loved you and say goodbye. I never found the courage to start that conversation. On the chance you can still hear me, thank you. I'm sorry. I love you. Goodbye." Sounds sweet, right?
It does.
Yeah, totally. I wonder what the wife says. Must be something really sweet too, right?
Uh-oh.
Morgan Freeman voiceover. It was in fact not sweet. Not sweet at all.
Oh, no.
The wife's headstone, we will call her Norma. It reads, "You spent your life expressing animosity for nearly every person you encountered, including your children. Within hours of his death, you declared your husband of 57 years unsuited to being either a spouse or a father. Hopefully you are now insulated from the dissatisfaction you found in human relationships."
Whoa.
When I tell you that is the biggest mic drop I have ever heard. Holy shit.
Have you guys ever listened to an obituary? Because this sounds like
It
one of the
does!
obituaries
Holy
that they would
shit.
write, but like on a headstone.
Guys, listen to Obituary because that's that whole show.
That whole show.
Like, you will love that.
Also, this is such commitment because you have to pay for like,
Oh, by the word.
Every
You have
part.
to pay by the letter.
yeah, every part.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That must have been a rough go at it.
That's a rough girly.
Yeah.
Also, imagine being the person that has to chisel that into the stone.
And you're just like,
Oh,
fuck.
I think they didn't love her.
Yeah, like, damn.
Damn.
And it says, yeah, that's some pretty heavy shit to put on a headstone.
Sure
Obviously,
is.
that has a story of trauma in there, if not generations of trauma. My dad became fascinated by this.
How could you not?
Yeah, I love your dad. He took a picture of it, made copies, and snail mailed them to his friends.
It's like, check this shit out.
Keep in mind, this was the late 90s. He did this all the time with funny, strange, or interesting pictures and articles. Honestly, he was an OG meme dealer.
I love that.
And I love it. This makes me think of like the time when things was better. When it's like
the time when things was better.
I couldn't get that out because I was
love that.
staring off into the trees outside the window. But
You were thinking about times of yesteryear.
the time when things was better.
I just miss the time of things when they was better. Said the author. Said the woman who's literally paid to write books.
The times when things was better.
Your literal jobs are just to speak and to write words.
Yes, and I just said the times when things was better. Honestly, it's been a long day, okay?
Wow. Since I could speak frequently.
But no, I was just thinking about it, and I was like, this guy saw something cool. He took a picture of it.
He shared it with only his friends.
He printed it out and shared it with the people that he cared about.
The most.
Only.
Yeah.
That was it. He didn't put it on the internet for strangers to have opinions about. It's a wild thing. Like,
it's a
that
crazy
was a
thought.
thing that we used to do, was you only shared cool shit with cool people.
You know what?
Like, that was it.
I think that's coming back.
I would love for that to come back.
I think it's coming back.
It took a lot of effort. So it's like, if somebody was sharing something with you, you know it's cool. Because they're going through a lot of effort to share it with you.
And how much they value you.
How much they value you. It made everybody kind of appreciate everybody a little more.
We should also bring back video stores while we're at it. Just saying.
Don't even get me started on that.
I know.
I was talking with Sean, actually, from Mostly Horror. Another show. Look at us plug. We're not even meaning to plug that.
I know, this is really unintentional.
It's very organic. It's feeling right.
Look at us just being crunchy.
I was talking to Sean about how much we loved video stores. And I said one of my first jobs was at Hollywood Video.
It wasn't your very first job.
It wasn't my very first job, but it was one of my first jobs. And I
remember
loved it
that.
so much. So much. And I miss that vibe.
Yep.
And I miss that feeling so much that sometimes it hurts my heart.
It's sad. I feel a nostalgia. Like, I experienced video stores for like a little bit, but I wish that I could like experience them for more.
Because you probably experienced them. Because when did they go out? You were probably like a kid, right?
Yeah, I was like a kid.
Like you were like a teenager.
No, I wasn't a teenager. Netflix was a thing when I was like probably like 10.
Yeah.
But you still had to
like mail the DVD.
Yeah,
and
Papa would like
everything.
mail the DVDs and shit.
But it's like there was something about being a teenager.
Yeah,
and
that's
going to
thing.
the video store.
I wish I had
on a Friday
experienced
night. That was just it was immaculate.
Yeah,
it really was.
I get it.
I want to live in that era again.
Yeah,
it's one of those things. I think like everything's so dystopian that we're all just like, can we go back to that time?
Oh, we're living 1983, baby.
I miss that time.
Or 1984.
But back to the story. It says, it became a thing we did when we visited the cemetery. My dad would take people to go visit Norma. It was such a strange thing to see on a headstone. I would too. I would be taking everybody there.
Honestly.
What's maybe not surprising, I always felt weird around her grave, almost unwanted, like she was angry and didn't want to be bothered. I mean, she sounded
that way.
Angry. I've always been super sensitive to energy. Some things you just know. And Norma just wants to be left alone.
Yeah, she does.
Flash forward a few years. I was maybe 20 years old, and my friend Zach and I are obsessed with ghost hunting shows. Oh, hell yeah. And
also
other
fitting for
shit.
your friend named Zach.
Oh, exactly. Wait, who's your friend, Zach? I had told him about Norma in the cemetery, and we had to go check it out. So we packed up our snacks, our printed MapQuest directions, and ghost hunting equipment, which was really just a cassette tape recorder, digital camera, flashlights, and a no fucks. We set out for the cemetery in the middle of the night because it's spookier that way. While navigating the darkness and headstones, I channeled my inner Buffy, the goddamn vampire slayer, and was ready for anything.
I love it.
I ain't afraid to dust a vamp if I need to, but it was more likely we may come across a grave robber on drugs. At the time, there was news stories about people who had been arrested for grave robbing while high on meth.
Damn.
So I was on high alert as we entered the cemetery.
You were brave on like so many
You were very
levels.
brave.
Getting paid twice a month doesn't mean money is scarce. It just feels that way. That feeling makes you do weird stuff, like putting things on a card you didn't need to. Earnin removes that feeling. With Earnin, you can access up to $150 per day of money you've already earned, plus up to $1,000 between paychecks. Standard transfers take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees, and expedited transfers start at $3.99 and cap at $5.99. 5 million people are already on it, and honestly, it's wild it didn't exist sooner. Download Earnin on the App Store or Google Play, spelled like earning money without the G. Type in Morbid under podcast when you sign up. It'll really help the show. Earnin is a financial technology company, not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees. Expedited transfers available for a fee. Tips are voluntary and don't affect the service. Available in select states. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details. Chilling crime cases are mysterious, but finding coverage shouldn't be. With the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you have options and can personalize your plan to help create an affordable price so you can get back to cracking all of life's bigger cases. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
I hit record on my handheld tape recorder and we started walking along the rows, reading some of the headstones, making our way over to Norma. We asked questions to any spirits that may be lingering. As we got closer to Norma, we came across an unmarked fresh grave with a small hole dug about a foot wide and about 2 feet deep at the head of the grave. Inside the hole was a coffee cup. What's the actual fuck? As if someone was trying to dig something up with a coffee mug and then just quit. Was someone here recently trying to rob this grave? Now, it could be that it was just unsettling to see this, but suddenly it got very cold where we were standing. And Zach mentions feeling cold spots at that moment while still recording. I think your friend is Zach Bagans.
I do too.
Keep that part in mind for later. I will, because I think you're going to reveal that it's Zach Bagans. We then decided to keep going and made our way to Norma. As we got closer, that feeling started to creep in. She does not want us there. I could feel it. Zach sets down the tape recorder on the headstone and began to talk. This is Zach Bagans. I know it.
In the making,
yeah,
too.
He's ready. He's like already like, let's go. Let's get Norma riled up. Let's go. So he says, Norma, can I ask you a few questions?
She said no.
As soon as he finished this sentence, the tape recorder stopped recording.
Oh, she really said no.
She said no.
She didn't even say no. She just said
boop. She just closed the door.
Literally.
No. She said, I shit you not. We just looked at each other with one part amazement and one part shitting our pants. Neither of us touched the recorder. The button didn't pop up like it was paused or stop the tape. Literally just stopped spinning like the power had been sucked from it.
Oh my God.
Zach started to ask another question when it started spinning and recording again, but only for the duration of his question. Do you have any messages for us? Every single time it would stop recording the moment we stopped talking. It was almost as if she did not want to answer us or be recorded. We continued to ask a few more questions out of pure curiosity and amazement until it got so unsettling in its consistency, we decided it was time to yeet the fuck out of there. We raced back to the car and continued recording to see if it would happen again, and it was perfectly fine. It never stopped recording after we left her grave, and it never behaved that way again.
Whoa.
So on the drive home, we listened to the tape to see if we had gotten anything else weird. Turns out we fucking did.
Let's go.
Remember the part where we felt cold spots at the grave with the coffee cup hole dug?
Of course I do.
Of course I do. You can hear my friend Zach Bagans say, I'm getting... He said, I'm getting some cold spots here. It is. I'm sure of it.
Be.
I'm sure of it. Then you can very distinctly hear what sounds like a disembodied voice of a woman say, who is this?
What the fuck?
My stomach dropped and chills took over my body. Zach rewinds the tape. Disembodied voice. Who is this? I will never forget this moment. I was driving down the interstate at 4 a.m. going 80 miles an hour, and that's when I heard a motherfucking real-life EVP.
That'll change you.
We must have replayed that part over a dozen times that night. Was this a spirit from the disturbed grave, or was it another nearby spirit? Next, we listened to the part at Norma's grave, and sure enough, all we got was the eerie sound of the tape slowing and stopping, then starting up again with each question. The distortion in the tape was chaotic, and I'll never forget the unease it gave me. Norma's lack of communication makes me think the EVP I had gotten earlier wasn't her.
I don't think so either. Zach and I would go on to play the tape for other people when we would retell the story, and anyone who heard it agreed whatever it was gave them chills too. I do believe that it was in fact Norma that had something to do with the recorder malfunctioning, and she truly just wants to be left alone, seemingly the same way she did in life. My dad, of course, got a real kick out of the whole thing at one point. At one point, I think I left the recording with him so he could play it for others. Years later, and I thought I had lost the recording of my night in the cemetery until I got a box of old stuff from my mom. See, my dad passed away in 2013. Oh, I'm sorry. I know.
And is now buried in that very same cemetery.
Oh, wow.
My mom moved a few years later, and since then I have gotten random boxes of old shit from her every so often.
That's funny.
Back in 2022, I got a box, and in it was a cassette tape labeled Cemetery. So naturally, in this modern age, I went to Goodwill and found a cassette player so I could pump up some ghost jams. I sat and listened, cringing at the sound of my own 20-year-old voice, waiting patiently to hear my infamous EVP. Then, bam. Who is this? It was just as spooky as the first time. Rewinds tape. Disembodied voice. Who is this? There she was, my long-lost EVP after all these years, a ghost of a ghost. But then, as I let the tape play, I heard something I had never heard on the tape before, something familiar. It started as a low grumble, then a throat clearing, a voice mumbling, a voice I knew. It was my dad.
Oh my God.
My whole body froze as I listened. I hadn't heard his voice in years.
Oh.
Turns out, this part wasn't anything paranormal at all. My dad had accidentally recorded over part of the tape years prior when I left him my tape recorder.
Just dad things.
Dad things. It was mostly just him cursing at the damn thing, trying to figure out how to work it. In that moment, I laughed, and it felt like he was laughing with me. Little did I know that tape would record more than just an amazing EVP, but it would eventually let me hear my dad's voice again.
Wow.
I'm going to cry.
This sounds like such a good episode of television that I want to watch.
It does.
I want to watch this.
This is lovely. Every time I go visit my dad at the cemetery now, I always make a brief stop to say hi to Norma.
Hey, girl.
She still hates the company, so it's probably not a good idea to go looking for her. I'm just a spooky idiot. Next time, I'll tell you the story of how a ghost saved me from a possible home invasion.
Please do.
Keep it weird, but not so weird that you end up being just such a shitty human that your kids memorialize it on your headstone, and then that headstone becomes a 90s snail mail sensation. And later, you become the subject of amateur ghost hunters documenting a trip to the cemetery and decline to answer any other questions or comments. Also, don't keep it so weird you dig holes in graves with a coffee mug. Don't. Keep it that weird.
Wow, that
and
was...
also, my friend is Zach Bagans. She did not say that, but I feel like it was.
P.S. That Zach I was talking about,
Zach
you know
Bagans.
him. Oh my God, that was
Jackie.
such a good one, Jackie.
What a feel-good tale in the end.
I
Like, that was great at
know.
the end. That just made my heart sore.
No, genuinely, I'm not kidding you. I want to watch that.
That was lovely. I really liked that.
I loved that so
Yeah.
much. My next one is Listener Tales. Bigfoot is a good friend of mine and demons possessed my roommate.
I love both those things.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Dear Ash and Alaina, you guys are amazing. The dark humor is my literal spirit animal.
I love it.
And I die laughing and or cringe hardcore in the best way with every episode. I prefer that you don't use my real name. You got it.
You
I
got
will call
it.
you Laura because you
Laura.
said to. I've been wanting to tell you my listener tale for a while, but it's so hard to narrow down which ones to tell. Truly, I don't know how often you even still do listener tales because I'm a latecomer to Morbid, and it's also changed multiple times.
Not through no fault of our own.
None. And I'm trying to listen from the beginning. I'm about 200 episodes in. I cannot tell you how much anxiety I had for you when you announced all your live shows right before the pandemic. It was like staring at an oncoming train. We felt that way too. I know that was like 4 years ago, and you guys are probably over it now. No, we're not.
Never.
But whatever, it sucked. I'm so sorry.
Oh, thank you for that.
That's
Yeah,
so
it was
sweet.
kind of shitty, but you know,
We're over
we
it now,
prevail.
but sad.
We prevailed.
We said, let's go virtual.
Hell yeah, and that was fun as hell.
It was. It still is.
Yeah, still gonna do it.
All right, let's start with why I believe in Bigfoot and
Hell yeah.
probably a bunch of other cryptids.
We should be friends.
Let's do it. We are friends.
Hell yeah.
First, we have to set the scene. I grew up in a tiny town in southeastern Utah, like less than 2,000 people. Most of the area is dry desert and red rock.
Oh,
Theme
Red
of the
Rock.
episode, red
Weird.
rock.
Yeah.
But my hometown is set on the hillside of a random long dormant volcano.
Damn.
That's fucking cool. So over 7,000 feet of mountainous elevation, only 15 miles away from the Canyonlands. Canyonlands. Maybe the lack of oxygen warped my developing brain or something. Most of the time I loved growing up there. The variety of scenery is amazing.
That's so cool.
It sounds like it. One of my favorite childhood activities was exploring the thousands of canyons carved into the barren landscape. I love that sentence.
I know.
My dad would study elevation maps. I remember him exclaiming randomly, "Yep, that's where we're going." And then we would just go find an ancient Anasazi ruins that nobody else knew about. And if you ask, he might take you there, but he will never show you on a map where they are. That's cool. Also theme, cool dads.
Cool dads. That's the theme so far.
Let me explain from an outsider perspective. My husband's first trip to meet my parents was before we were even technically dating. Let's call him Jay. We had traveled down there when our mutual friends got married, which is how we met.
Cute.
It would be a cuter story if their marriage hadn't been an absolute crap fest, ending in adultery with 4 kids who suffered immensely as a result. I'm
Wow, that
sorry.
sucks ass.
Fuck. Anyway, Jay needed a place to stay for the reception, and I offered to let him stay at my parents' house. We got there late at night, so I put him on the couch in the basement. He woke up on a homemade hodgepodge of fabrics randomly sewn in stripes over couch cushions.
Love that.
We're talking literal hot pink spandex next to old jean denim, next to scratchy wool houndstooth pattern nightmare. My great-grandmother made the cover for the couch after the original one fell apart, and then my parents inherited it.
That's amazing.
Staring down at his face was a stuffed giant bull elk head mounted looking sideways because one side had a huge rack of normal looking antlers, but the other had 2 giant spikes.
What the hell?
There's so much going on
There's
here.
a lot.
I can't even picture
Chaos.
it. My dad was also peering down at him asking if he wanted to go hiking with us.
Your dad's great.
We didn't have our friend's wedding festivities until later, so he said, sure.
Love
Fun
that.
fact, there's a saying you should always marry a girl from San Juan County because whatever you provide for her will be better than what she had growing up. Sad, but probably true. Fuck. This is bleak but amazing.
Damn.
My dad drove us out to the middle of absolute nowhere and then pulled off the road and drove like a wild man, as one does, on a dirt path for another few miles. With no indication of why, he randomly declared this was far enough. We walked for a little bit before coming to the cliff edge of a giant canyon. We walked along the rim for a while before my dad found the literal handholds that I hope I'm saying this right, Anasazi would have used. We descended down to the next rim of the canyon, and then we walked that rim until we found another pathway down, etc., until we found ancient stone and mud dwellings.
That is cool.
Jay's horrified to this day that we did this with no ropes or any kind of equipment.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do that.
No way. The fact that none of my siblings fell off a cliff remains a miracle that I never appreciated until I saw it through his eyes. How did we survive the 80s? Number 1.
Truly.
So archaeologists don't all agree about what happened to the Anasazi. It is thought that environmental disasters combined with famine and war and disease led to them either dying off fairly suddenly or migrating into larger Pueblo communities away from the region. Regardless, many of their dwellings were left remarkably intact. They often left pots and granaries and weapons and toy dolls called kachinas behind. I feel like we might have talked about this on a Spooky Lakes episode or something. I think there's a lake that's over one of these dwellings.
Oh, I think you might be right.
It's starting to sound familiar to me. But some of them are more remote sites that still have the artifacts, and it's creepy as fuck sometimes. I remember from an early age being told that they were to be respected and left alone.
Good.
Under no circumstances were we to take artifacts home or damage them in any way. Unfortunately, some people do take items and either sell them or just keep them for their own pleasure. And I hope that everyone that does steps on Legos barefoot every single day, even after their kids have long since become adults.
Just rogue Legos in their house.
Good. Or even, especially if they don't have kids.
Hell yeah.
Just find rogue Legos.
Yeah.
Also, I hope the spirits that haunt these areas are pissed off enough to follow them to their home and curse them forever.
Get it.
I love that. My dad has all kinds of stories about things following him in and out of these canyons. He talks about hearing screaming and snarls and all kinds of bat poo crazy stuff.
Bat poo crazy.
I love that. He will tell you that there are things living down there that no one has seen and nobody wants to. Bigfoot? Maybe. More on that in a minute. He wouldn't even tell his kids most of the scariest stories, but there is one he dubbed Devil John that haunts me to this day. I literally remember nothing except the name, and it scared the crap out of me as a kid.
I'm gonna call John that.
I think you should.
Devil John.
I know that fresh air is for dead people, but I can't help myself. My body just needs a really high dose of vitamin D from the sun to survive every day, which is why I basically hibernate all winter and wait for the sun to come back. I'm like the opposite of a vampire. Another theme of the episode.
Oh, yeah.
I emerge every spring all desiccated and gaunt. As a kid, I would 100% go hiking by myself on the mountain early in the morning. One day, I was hiking down a windy, bumpy road we dubbed the Whoop-de-Doo Road. This goes back to the earlier days when we would have cookouts as a family, and all 6 kids would pile in.
I knew it was going here.
All 6 kids would pile in the back of my dad's pickup truck, and he would drive as fast as humanly possible to see if he could bounce one of us out. How did we survive the 80s? Number 2.
I knew it was going there.
How did you know it was going there?
Because that was you always were in the back of pickup trucks
That's
when you were
crazy.
little, like very unsafely.
Drew has those memories.
Yeah.
I do not. The air was clean and crisp. The sun was just barely peeking out over the horizon as I set out. It was quiet, but like outdoors quiet. Like you could hear the wind in the trees. Little furry creatures were scurrying about, birds chirping. You get the whole bucolic scene, right? Well, all of a sudden, everything just stopped. I swear even the wind stopped. And then, out of nowhere, there was a horrific screeching, screaming noise. I've heard many kinds of animal noises growing up in the middle of nowhere, but this was like nothing I had ever heard before. Something was being slaughtered, and not cleanly. I don't know how long the screaming lasted, but I immediately decided to note myself right out of there as fast as I could, but not fast enough, because Bigfoot, or his demon mountain lion pet, was following me and growling behind me.
What?
I have never been so terrified in my entire life. I don't know how I made it back to my car and off the mountain in one piece.
Damn.
You said that like pretty casually,
Yeah,
too.
just like, I don't know. I guess Bigfoot or a demon was following me.
I kind of like to think that Bigfoot does have a pet.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that.
Fast forward a few years, Jay and I moved to Washington State and decided to go camping one beautiful summer. We have lovingly termed this camp out the Deep Dark Woods Trip. We went down the slopes of Mount Rainier, right?
Rainier.
Rainier, and drove for a good long while until we found a nice clearing to set up our campsite. We are talking many miles into the middle of Nowheresville, quarantining before it was a thing. About 20 feet from our camp trailer was the edge of the forest. Like a good girl scout.
Like a good Girl Scout.
I couldn't get that out.
Go.
I dug a hole for a latrine, I think,
Yeah.
just inside the tree line between
Bathroom.
two downed logs. Perfect forest toilet, or PFT. And then we started exploring. The trees are insane in this area. We only explored about 50 feet inside the tree line until it was completely dark because of the dense tree cover, and we couldn't see our campsite anymore. At all. And the vibes inside the forest, just indescribable. Like anything could be watching you and you would never see it coming. It feels like stepping into another planet. It's like in Planet of the Apes when Charlton Heston crashes in his spaceship and assumes he's on an alien world, except it isn't. But whatever. We walked right back out and had our fun riding dirt bikes and enjoying the scenery around camp the rest of the day. After dinner, we roasted our obligatory marshmallows and then went inside the camper to play cards until bedtime. I remember Jay had to pee, and he just looked at me and was like, I'm absolutely not going to your PFT. No shame. I wasn't going out there after experiencing the weird forest vibes either. Soon after he got back, we heard voices outside the camper. It sounded like normal human voices, but remember, we're in the middle of nowhere.
No.
We purposely avoided any type of civilization or campground, and there were no flashlights or vehicles or sounds of vehicles.
Nope.
It was just a pitch black, moonless night. We turned all our lights off inside and just listened, but the voices didn't say anything we could understand. I can't remember if our little kids were already asleep or if we had to hush them. Whoever was outside walked past our camper and just kept going. In the morning, there was no sign that anyone had been there. No footprints, no signs of vehicles, nothing. Bigfoot and his mistress disappeared right back into the forest from whence they came.
I mean, maybe they were just passing through, you know?
Yeah, you know. To this day, I'm convinced that we had an encounter with Bigfoot. I don't think he's scary.
Me neither.
I'm pretty certain he just wants to live his best life without human interruption.
Honestly, and don't we all?
Yeah, to which I say,
That
peace,
is
my
me.
man. I get that.
Yeah, I'm Bigfoot.
Yeah, people suck. Maybe he needs ridiculous amounts of vitamin D to live too. These are not the only encounters I've had with weird stuff in the woods, but those stories are fairly mundane and more explainable by animals we know exist. Good grief, Laura.
Laura,
That was cray-cray.
Laura. I think you're right. I think you encountered Bigfoot.
I think so.
And I think Bigfoot is just a guy who doesn't want to be around humans. And for that, I can't blame him.
I can't either.
You know?
This part of the show is brought to you by Anua, the Korean skincare brand known for scientific, gentle, yet effective formulations. The latest from Anua is the Retinol Collagen Gua Sha Cream, a firming cream with a gua sha-shaped tip built right in. Have you guys heard of gua sha? It's that viral massage tool that moves fluid and tension out of your face. Less puffiness, a snatched jawline, honey, more definition in your face. Retinol firms and reduces fine lines, and collagen keeps your skin plump and structured. This cream has both of those things, arguably the most optimal combo for that snatched, lifted look all in one step. I am obsessed with the Gua Sha cream. First of all, it feels so cool to the touch when you put that on your face. It's just like, this is lovely. It's like a little spa treatment that you can give yourself. I like to do mine at night after I get out of the shower. I rub the cream on my face with the little gua sha. I'm sculpting that jawline, honey. I got it on the cheekbones. And actually, I had a facial the other day, and the lady doing my facial, the professional, she said, "Do you use a gua sha at home?" And I said, "I do." And I said, "How did you know that?" And she said, "I didn't have those little like bumps in my chin or like different areas like that." So she could tell that I was using the gua sha. And I said, "Oh my God." I just feel like I wake up less puffy in the morning when I do it the night before. But you can do it whenever you want to. I, 10 out of 10, recommend this product. The Anua Gua Sha Cream Value Set is available at anua.com, already discounted. Use code MORBID for an extra 10% off. That's ANUA.com, code MORBID. The Sherwin-Williams summer sale is here. Get 30% off select paints and stains or 35% off their newest product, Emerald Symmetry, July 17th through the 27th. Whether you're looking to refresh your interior or your exterior, they've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
So my next one is going to be called Listener Tale. I had to abandon my home at 3 a.m. because a murdered woman wanted me to solve her death from beyond the grave, and her demonic man who terrorized me in the process.
Whoa. That's a loaded tale.
This one says, "Hello, I'm Becca, and please use my name, Becca.
Becca!
Here's my puttifa. It's size 14 font and in Times New Roman. I don't know if it ended up being double spaced because it nearly took a blood sacrifice to get it to save, so I took what I could get. Also, pictures of my kitties, just because.
Fuck
and yes,
yeah.
you can share their cuteness should you wish to do so.
I love them.
That so much.
Oh my God, I love Siamese kitties.
Oh my God, and you have some named Laverne and Shirley, and I love it.
Stop. I used to love that show when I was little.
I also love that you wrote, "Hello, Ash, Alaina, Deb, Mikie, and Dave."
Wow.
Everybody got a shout out.
I love it.
I love that. All right, I'm going to start your puttifa. It says, "Hello to my favorite spooky bitches. My name is Becca. You can absolutely use my name because I'll shit in my cat print nightgown and sensible sandals if I ever hear y'all read this."
I love sensible sandals.
Get yourself a new cat print nightgown and some sensible sandals. 2 of the names in my story will be changed just because the real people are scary, and I think one of them might still be alive. The other piece of shit died when I was a kid. LOL. May his crusty ass rest in distress.
Bitch.
Side note, I'm not the best writer, and I can't tell a story in a short and sweet way, so bear with me, as I'll definitely have 68 plus grammatical errors. LOL, feel free to edit or shorten as you please. I can already hear you all saying never.
Never.
I would like to start out by saying I adore you both, and I've never felt like I relate more to any other podcasters.
Oh.
Ash, I am also trash, and you're both my whole ass spirit animals. And Alaina, me and my man are also obsessed with Ghost.
Oh,
yes!
shit.
The episode with Tobias had me squirming with excitement at my workstation. The episode with Tobias also had me squirming with excitement at my workstation.
Still does to this day.
So glad that we could be there together. Thank y'all for keeping me entertained while I work these long-ass 10 to 11-hour shifts. I've been wanting to send in my story ever since I found y'all, but I keep getting distracted with life. But I'm glad it took me a while because I have recently been spiritually blessed with some new theories.
Those are my favorite emojis that you put
The
there.
little sparkles.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Hold on to your butts, boobs, and any loose objects lying nearby because this shit is about to get wild, and y'all are going to be shooketh. This, my lovelies, is the story of the time I was haunted, terrorized, and forced to abandon my home at 3 a.m. by a potential murderer's ghost because his victim's ghost was trying to get justice from the grave. Upside down smiley face.
Wait, the next fucking line.
Before I start this whopper of a story, that's weird.
Alaina has a Whopper sitting right next to her.
I do.
Today, we got a potential sponsorship from Burger King, and she said, that makes me want to go get a Whopper.
Because I said I haven't gotten a Whopper in so long.
And so she got one.
Years and years.
I have never had a Whopper.
I'm still upset about that. We need to change that.
I know. I had cottage cheese and fruit for lunch, so
Which is not the same as a Whopper.
it's very, very fundamentally different.
But we're going to make her have a Whopper. And also, I just took a picture of my Whopper so that you can we can post it with this episode so you can see, Becca, how connected we are.
Whoppers.
That there's a Whopper sitting next to me, as you said. This is a whopper of a story.
That's crazy.
So it says, I would like to mention that all of the women in my family have always been extremely sensitive and intuitive when it comes to spiritual, supernatural beings, dreams, good, bad feelings, seeing past loved ones, etc. We can walk into a room and know if something bad happened there. For example, when I was a kid, I saw my dad's dad that passed a year before I was born. I sat and had a full conversation with him, and I still remember every detail to this day.
Wow.
He told me to tell my mom, dad, and sister that he loves them and he's okay, and then said, y'all be careful up in those woods. There are snakes up there.
Oh.
My mom was flabbergasted. My dad cried. It was a lot. But a few days later, me, my mom, and my sister were up in the woods getting pine cones to make a fall wreath. This was normal. We've always been crafty. That's adorable. That. When out of nowhere, a copperhead snake is right in front of us, acting like it's going to strike. Our dog Buster, rest his soul, went and laid down on top of this snake so we could get away from it, then soon followed behind us.
Oh my God, I love it.
That's a dog right there.
That's a dog.
Although my sensitivity to spirits has always been strong, it is strongest in dreams. Remember that for later. For a little bit of backstory, my great-grandparents had a 60-plus acre farm here in East Tennessee. It was just minutes away from Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. Long story long, the deed to the farm stated that it had to stay in the family, as they wanted to make sure we were taken care of when it was passed down to my sister and I.
Oh.
I'm not sure who did it, but between my granny and great-aunt, and great-aunt's husband, the deed was burned and the farm was sold. Oh.
That's shitty.
They then decided to take all of the money, aside from about $1,000, and go on lavish vacations. That's fucked.
What the hell?
However, they did buy one property with the money, and that's where our story begins. Dun, dun, dun. I would like to add that I hold no resentment for that anymore. If it hadn't turned out this way, I never would have met my best friend or my lovely boyfriend. Wow,
Isn't
you're a
it
good
funny
person.
how things work out like that, though?
Yeah.
Like, if one event didn't happen,
Like
like
a
so
shitty
many
event.
great things would have not happened.
Yeah, it's true. That would have not happened. The man who sold them this land, we'll call him Mitch because, well, it rhymes with bitch. And that's exactly what he is / was. I don't know if he's still alive or not, but finger crossed for being worm food. He was in on this with a man named Toad. I'm literally obsessed with that. Because why not?
Toad and Mitch.
Toad tried to poison my granny at a cookout once.
What the hell?
But with her having worked in a hospital for 29 years, she knew something was wrong and made herself throw up and survive.
That's the baddest bitch behavior on the planet.
Bad bitch behavior. Side note, I used to have recurring dreams about this house that I had never seen before, and I don't remember what happened in the dream, but it was a very evil place. Probably 10 years later, I was with my dad, and we drove past this exact house from my dreams. I told him about the nightmares, and he was shocked. He informed me that this was Toad's house.
Not
Blew
Toad.
my mind. Anyway, Mitch basically scammed them and was able to con about $250,000 out of them for a maybe half-acre piece of land with a barn on it.
Are you kidding?
When they realized what that was going on, they threatened legal action. That was when he told my aunt that he was a warlock and practiced dark magic.
No.
He told her that if they went...
No,
They
Toad.
just said, no.
No, Toad.
I think it's Mitch is it Mitch or Toad who's the warlock? Maybe Toad, I think you're right. He told her that if they went to the cops, he had connections and that they would abduct little 4-year-old me and I would never be seen again.
Oh my
Fuck
God.
these guys.
No,
Fuck
it was
them.
Mitch. You're right. Mitch is
Fuck
the
Mitch.
warlock and
Keep
asshole.
in mind, Mitch lived 2 doors down from this place. Naturally, they chose to protect me, thank God, over the lost money. That's when my granny decided to convert this old barn into a house. Now, a little background on this barn. It had already been not only a barn, but a garage, a 2-story loft, and a gunsmith shop. This place only had 2 out of 4 rooms finished downstairs. Sheetrock and all, this may be important. And I'm not sure if any of the upstairs was finished. It had a lot of work to be done, but Granny sank the rest of her money into making it a home. She's a badass.
She really is.
Her house always creeped me out, but whatevs. I would always feel like somebody was watching me. I even remember seeing the silhouette of ghost cats, which I love, to be honest, because I'm a crazy cat lady. Plus, I've heard that this is supposed to be a sign that a witch has cast a protection spell on you.
Ooh.
But don't hold me to that, because I'm not certain on that one. Anyway, she fell into bad health, so we moved into a nice little single-wide trailer that we placed on the property so my dad could take care of her. As the years went by, her mobility was getting worse, and she couldn't get up and down her stairs anymore, so we made the decision to trade houses with her.
Oh.
The first few years there were mostly normal, with just little things happening here and there. The first instance that I recall was in the summer of 2012. Me and my sister were home alone. My dad was going to pick my mom up from work. Our main entrance was in a tiny foyer about 6 feet from our living room. You could see the 12-light window door from the couch where I was sitting, and my sister was a few feet away from me in a recliner. We were doing our usual at the time, watching the top 20 countdown on CMT, country music television, and sitting as close to the edge of the furniture as possible to steal enough Wi-Fi from the neighbors to check our Facebook accounts.
Iconic.
Suddenly, we heard a man talking outside our front door. It was loud enough to tell it was a person, but we couldn't understand what he was saying. I looked out the window from my perch on the couch, and there wasn't anybody there. So we called our dad to see if maybe he was home and just out of eye shot. He assured us that he and Mom were about 15 minutes away. So panicked, we grabbed the dog and ran upstairs to lock ourselves in Mom and Dad's extremely creepy bedroom to wait for them, thinking it was an intruder. Keep in mind, all the doors were locked, and we left the TV remote on the coffee table. All of a sudden, we hear the TV volume turn all the way up. No. Oh, oh my God, this is a nightmare to me. I'll never forget, it was blaring Blake Shelton.
Oh, even worse. Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare.
We were terrified. Honestly, I don't blame you. And just sat there as quiet as possible, trying not to shit ourselves. A few minutes go by, and then the TV volume slowly starts turning all the way down. I would be like, thank you.
I'm trying to think of a song that Blake Shelton sings. You be my honeysuckle, I'll be your honeybee. Just full blast. Because everyone goes through a phase at least once, except for you, where they like country for a minute.
Do not say everybody. Nor.
But yeah, that's rough.
Mikie is literally like melting into a puddle of disgust.
I had a for real country phase in high school.
That's really upsetting.
It is. I know. I don't like to talk about it.
Yeah, it's a dark past that everybody has.
You be my summer day.
Ew.
I know.
I'm sorry. If you love country out there, like, love what you love. Yeah. Like, that's okay.
No,
I'm not saying you're gross.
It is.
I'm saying I literally hate country music. But
you're goth.
You are allowed to love country
only
music.
Goth.
Like, love what you love. I'll support you. Even though I just said ew.
She doesn't support me. She supports you.
But I support you guys. But finally, we pulled ourselves together once we found out our parents had just pulled into the driveway. We decided to go back downstairs. The TV was turned completely off. The remote hadn't been moved, and all of the doors were still locked. We called our mom, and she said she had been sitting in the truck in the driveway while Dad took some supplies into my granny's house. She said she had been watching the front door the whole time, and at one point, she had seen a dark shadow figure standing on our walkway right in front of our main door. The next instance, I was home alone. My sister was still shaken up by the first incident, so she went with my dad to pick up my mom on this day. Our kitchen was upstairs, right next to Mom and Dad's creepy bedroom, and I decided to go make a sandwich.
He loves a sandwich.
Yeah, you know? Now, I was still scared shitless. You know, I saw, brief little side note, because I just think this is a genius answer. I saw Ryan Gosling on, I think it was the Stephen Colbert's show.
Yeah.
And he said, "What is your favorite sandwich?" And he answered, "Ice cream." And I was like, that's a genius answer.
That
and
is
I wouldn't
fair.
have thought of that.
I would have never thought that.
I just think that's a good answer, and I just needed to say that.
I like that. That is your answer, isn't it?
Because I agree.
Mine's turkey and cheese.
Ice cream sandwich. Hell yeah. But the cookie witch one.
Oh, yeah.
Like the two cookies. Like, hell
A
yeah.
chip witch.
Chip witch. That's what it is. Cookie witch.
I was like, not exactly.
I want to be a cookie witch. That's what I want to be.
Want to be or are.
Yeah. Now, I was still scared shitless, but a bitch was starving in my best Boston accent, which is bad because my accent is Southern to the core.
I love that.
I love that you did that. So I grabbed our little chorky named Buford.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Can we all just have a moment for Buford the chorky?
I love that. Is that a Chihuahua Yorkie?
Buford? I'm obsessed with that.
I love.
Buford. Literally obsessed.
I love.
And headed upstairs to make a sandwich. I had him in one hand and was spreading my mustard with the other hand.
Icon.
I need to add for context that it was still summer and it was always blazing hot upstairs. But as I was standing there, I suddenly felt even more uneasy. Right then, I felt an ice-cold breeze whoosh past me out of my mom and dad's room.
Which is creepy.
Buford is trembling at this point, and all of a sudden, right in my ear, was the creepiest, most demonic-sounding laugh.
No.
When I tell y'all my fat ass has never ran that fast in my life, I was missing steps, just gliding. I ran outside and sat to wait for the rest of my family to get home. After that, I didn't stay there by myself anymore.
I do not blame you.
No.
My feet wouldn't have touched the floor.
Yeah, I would have gone into orbit, I think.
I would have Kool-Aid manned out the front door. Don't even waste time trying to open it. Just,
I'd be up there.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah. Now we get to October of that year. This is when things start getting really spicy as fuck.
Because the veil gets so much thinner.
That's right. Oh, I miss it. I need October.
I know.
My sister's birthday is October 9th, so it's spooky, but like diet spooky, you dig? Anyway, my former tattoo artist uncle gifted her very first tattoo to her for the birth anniversary of it all.
Aww.
LOL. We had just got back. It was about 11 o'clock at night, and she was sitting outside in her Jeep, still talking on the phone with her bestie. That's when she started seeing a dark figure darting back and forth around the back of her Jeep.
I would have
Mom
shit
was
my
upstairs,
pants.
and my dad and I were sitting there watching TV when she comes running in the door. She was convinced that we were trying to play some silly trick on her to scare her, but no, we hadn't moved since we got home. That night, I got a random voicemail. I had no missed calls, and when I got my voicemail, it didn't read off a phone number or the time in which the voicemail was left. Flip phones in 2012? Ick yuck. This voicemail was and still is the most horrifying thing I've ever heard. It was loud in the background, like a roaring noise, and then in the most demonic voice I've ever heard, it screeched, "I'll kill you."
Oh,
And
my
then
body
the
just
voicemail ended.
whammed.
So it was like, "I'll kill you."
Probably a little different though. But
No, that was demonic.
it was like demonic
Like,
light. Wait, let me try. I'll kill you. How's that? How is that?
that was just fun.
If you got that on your voicemail, you'd be like, that was fun.
That's just good
That
fun.
was just good fun.
That's just good.
Yeah, to that fun. That actually hurt my throat so bad. I didn't even practice that in my head or anything.
Oh my God, I'm screaming. I am screaming. So the voicemail ends after that.
And she said, that was just good fun.
That was just good fun.
Sorry. That reminds me of a Parent Trap when she's like, you can call me Miss Vicky.
See? It's just good fun.
Getting scared is one thing. Getting a thrill is, well, you want more of those in your life. The Genesis GV70 is built to thrill, baby. A thrilling yet elegant design always makes driving the GV70 an exciting adventure. Its powerful athletic stance screams performance and turns heads. Everybody's looking at you, girl, or boy, or whoever. Command the road and experience a class-leading standard 300 horsepower. Oh my God. Plus, discover the different dynamic drive modes for all different terrains. Choose between the different terrain modes for whatever road conditions you may encounter. The Genesis GV70's award-winning technology and performance lets you drive with comfort and drive with confidence all at the same time. It's an exciting SUV with intuitive tech that can make your ride smooth even when the road isn't. And its blind spot cameras allow you to see what's next to you. It's like having eyes on the side of your head. That's pretty iconic. Its performance, by the way, is measured not only in power, but in how it makes you feel confident, sexy. The Genesis GV70. Learn more at genesis.com and feel the GV70. The best summer pieces are the ones you end up wearing on repeat. Comfortable, versatile, and somehow right for almost every occasion. Quince makes it easy to create a summer wardrobe that you'll love, with elevated essentials made from premium materials like European linen, organic cotton, and washable silk, without the traditional retail markup. I love that! Quince's 100% European linen pants, dresses, and tops are the pieces that you absolutely will reach for all summer long. I absolutely love their linen. I have so many pairs of their linen pants, which you can dress up or you can dress down in the summer. Like, say you're going to a nice dinner, you can pair it with like a silk shirt, a really cute necklace, some good, makeup and an updo. Or if you're just looking for a more casual look, you can do the linen pants with like a loose button-up shirt and you still look really chic, kind of like, I don't know, Diane Keaton vibes, I kind of think. Also, it's not just apparel. Quince also offers elevated essentials for your home, from bedding and bath to kitchen essentials and furniture. They have it all, honey. I am a big lover of Quince, and I really do think you will be too. Make your summer wardrobe feel easier. Go to quince.com/morbid for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/morbid for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/morbid.
So my dad listened to it and immediately went pale. He called 911, so it wasn't just good fun.
Hello, officer. I'd love to report some good fun.
Some good fun. Although the officers also looked horrified and pale listening to it, they couldn't trace the call and basically chalked it up to a prank call brought on by it being so close to Halloween.
Be like, thank you so much for your help.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're getting paid for this.
Appreciate it.
Around this time, I had started having horrible nightmares about this man and woman.
Ooh.
I had never seen these two before in my life, and their features never changed. They looked like they were probably in their late 20s. The man was probably between 5'10" and 6-ish. Brown shaggy hair, kind of in a comb-over style, looking 70s as fuck.
We love.
The woman was also tallish, maybe 5'9", 5'10"-ish. I'm 5'2", so everyone's tall to me.
You're taller than Alaina.
I hear that. You're taller than me. Anyway, she had bleach blonde hair and looked to be about 8 to 9 months pregnant in a white shirt and jeans. They both gave me late 70s, early 80s vibes. In my first dream, I'm walking through a wooded area. When I get to this tree, there's a digital camera and a brown leather purse. Please remember this purse.
Noted.
I pick it up and I'm trying to turn on the camera when I hear a noise. I look up and see this pregnant woman hanging from the tree.
Oh my God.
Still alive, screaming and fighting. She was trying to get my attention to help her because she hadn't done this herself. Her man had. I was trying to get up the small embankment when I started sinking into the mud and couldn't move. It was like quicksand almost. That's when this scary man, who was her boyfriend, fiance, husband, I don't know, ran up with some crazy eyes like he was going to get me. She was still screaming and fighting when I woke up partially numb and in a cold sweat. That is horrifying. I could feel something watching me in my room. It felt like a male spirit, Damon. I was too scared to look, but I managed to catch a glimpse of the clock. It was 3 a.m.
Of course.
Of course it was. The second nightmare came a few days later. In my dream, I walked into my living room, which was technically the basement. There was no furniture or anything in this room. There was a plastic draping the walls as if it was under construction. In the direct center of the room, the same woman is hanging in the middle of the room. She's still alive and screaming once again for my help and was saying again that he had done this to her. At this point, I'm standing at the entrance of the foyer, where the 12-light window door is that I mentioned earlier, and I could hear him come in the door. Then my dream ended and I woke up, once again before I could get to save her. As I woke up, I felt that familiar but terrifying male entity watching me like the first time, and again, looked at the clock, it was 3 a.m. By the time I had the second dream, I was so terrified that I went and told my mom, because there's no way that it's a coincidence that I've dreamed about the murder of a woman I've never met twice now. Once I explained the dreams, she went pale. She said, "You need to go talk to your granny immediately."
What?
So she went with me, and when we got across the yard to my granny's, my mom asked her to tell me what she found when she got to the house for the first time after buying it. She was like, "Well, there wasn't a whole lot of anything, really, except for a purse."
A purse?
A leather purse.
A brown leather purse?
I went numb. She continued, "Yeah, when I walked into the basement that day, the room was completely empty, except for a brown leather purse on the floor in the center of the room."
Oh, that's so creepy.
I looked in it and found a woman's license, cards, all her belongings were still in it. I didn't know how to get a hold of the couple, so I threw it away. My brain screamed, "Wait, Granny, what couple? Why did you throw it away?" She then told me she hadn't met them, but it was a young couple, maybe late 20s. He had shaggy brown hair and she was bleach blonde and like 8 or 9 months pregnant. When I tell y'all I went through the 5 stages of grief in that moment, Dave Grohl himself could have walked up and slapped me across the face and I wouldn't have noticed. And that's a big deal because I'm obsessed with him.
I just love that, like, Dave fucking Grohl.
And then you're like,
By the way, I'm obsessed with him.
And honestly, great taste in humans.
Taste, yeah.
Dave Grohl's supposed to be like one of the coolest humans.
I've always heard that.
Yeah. Around this same time, a lady that my mom worked with approached her one day. She said she had a dream about us that was strange. Mom hadn't told anybody about what was going on with my dreams, but this lady told Mom that in her dream she was at our house for dinner, but she said it was weird because the living room was downstairs and that the kitchen, bedrooms, and bathroom were all upstairs. This woman described our house to a T and had never even set foot on our property. Mom told her that's exactly how it's laid out, and she was shocked. She then continued to say there was a man and woman there, and she got really bad vibes from the man. She described him as having brown, shaggy hair, around 5'10", 6 feet, and had this overbearing intensity.
Definitely 5'10".
She described it. Yeah, absolutely. He did
Claims
not hit
he's
6 feet. She described that the woman, who was around 5'9", 5'10", had bleach blonde hair and was about 8 or 9 months pregnant. Y'all, I started bawling when my mom told me this.
Oh my God.
This poor woman was trying to get justice from the grave and knew she could reach me in my dreams and apparently in random coworkers' dreams too. I immediately went into detective mode and started researching everything I could. Property records only show as far back as my granny. It says she built it in 1989. My granny didn't build this place. She bought it partially redone. And that wasn't until 2000 after my great-grandfather passed. This whole part is shady to me. How could it say that when she didn't even know about the property until 2000? Also, you want to know what rooms were already finished when she showed up that first day? The living room, the foyer, and the side room beside them. The same rooms that were under construction in my second dream.
Oh, that's weird.
That is weird. To this day, aside from the upstairs, those are the only finished rooms downstairs. There are 2 more side rooms that are just rafters and dirt floors. We didn't use those after we found an old creepy wedding dress in there. Shut the fuck up. I promise I'm getting to the crescendo. Don't worry, this has been riveting.
Yeah.
I started researching more and more, searching property records and missing persons, anything. The more and more I searched, the male entity started escalating. I was waking up with scratches and bruises. I'm clumsy, so we chalked it up to that. But it got worse. I was terrified to sleep. I was waking up at 3 a.m. every night feeling that heavy presence of otherworldly eyes burning into my comforter as it covered my head. I would wake up feeling paralyzed. I even got to a point where I was sleeping in my sister's bed. That was normal. She had a big bed and she's my bestie. And knocking myself out with Benadryl and making sure I went to sleep before her. Still, 3 a.m. every night, I would wake up and it was escalating and it was happening very fast. 1 week before Halloween, I did my nightly routine, pee, pop Benadryl, go to sleep as fast as I could. At 3 a.m., I sat straight up in bed and had this beyond overwhelming feeling of sadness. I was uncontrollably sobbing and I didn't know why, all while simultaneously having the worst and most excruciating stomach cramps of my life. I can only describe them as what I've heard about labor pains. I'm just the cool childless aunt for now.
What?
I was sobbing so loud, I woke my sister up. She knew what was going on at this point, so it terrified her. She couldn't wake me up. I remember her screaming for Mom. Mom came in there and was violently shaking me, trying to get me to snap out of it. This wasn't me. I couldn't control myself. I looked behind her as she's yelling in my face and crying, and I see it. The dark brown shadow figure is standing at the door behind her, watching this all go down. Finally, I snapped out of it, and I was shaking more than I ever had before. I told my mom I couldn't live there anymore. That night at 3 a.m, my sister and I moved to our mama and papa's.
Oh.
Is it mama? Mama and papa's. About 4 minutes away. My mom and dad stayed for another week before they followed. They were asleep in bed one night when Mom suddenly snapped awake feeling like an elephant was sitting on her chest. She's a heavy sleeper, so this was extra strange. Our little dog was right beside her growling at something, and she couldn't move.
What?
She felt paralyzed. She opened her mouth to scream for Dad, and nothing would come out. She said it was so cold, and then she heard the same demonic man's laugh that I heard in their doorway while making my sandwich that day. It finally released her, and that's when they left too. All of our stuff was left. We've gone in there a handful of times during the day to get important stuff, but we won't step foot on that property at night. My dad lives in the trailer now, as they divorced almost 5 years after this. The old house has been ransacked and is falling apart at the seams. I've researched it on and off for years trying to find this woman, and I still can't figure it out. Now to the theories. We've always felt like she's buried on the property, because she still haunts the place too. Before all of this happened, I remember one of my childhood best friends, claimed sister, rest in peace, my sweet angel. Oh, I'm sorry.
I know, I'm sorry.
Saying that she saw a blonde woman in white at the top of the stairs. She's always trying to scare us, so we brushed it off. I wish we had taken it seriously now, as she passed away on June 1st, 2015, at only 17 years old. Only 19 days before her 18th birthday. I won't get into all that, though or I'll cry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anyway, we've always wondered if he had buried her under the concrete because the pavement next to the garage entrance was poured separately and has something written in the corner that we can't make out.
Oh, that's creepy.
But I remembered something yesterday that makes me think otherwise. When I was a kid, I had a recurring dream about this little girl. It was always in the foyer of the house, the one with the 12-light window door. In this dream, she was stuck inside of the wall, and she herself wasn't scary, but she would always quietly ask me to help her.
What?
I never understood this dream, but it was scary. It flooded back to my memory yesterday, and I feel deeply that since I was a child while dreaming this, that this woman was coming to me in my dreams as a child to not scare me as much.
Oh, shit.
Now I'm getting full chills.
I am too. They're like literally staying.
Yeah. Now we truly feel like she could be in the walls of either the living room, the foyer, or the one side room that was finished when my granny got there. My suspicions go closer to the living room because in that second dream, the walls were covered in plastic, like they were in the process of being finished. Maybe he hanged her, she dropped her purse, then he put her in the wall and sealed it up. Eventually, we want to tear out the sheetrock and see if we can find her. That would be terrifying, but her and I both need resolution. We don't have any answers yet, but it all feels like little pieces are coming together over 10 years later. One day I'll figure out her name and hopefully give her peace once and for all. Thank you so much for reading. And I'm so sorry that this is so long, but there are so many important details.
No, don't apologize.
No,
this was fucking wild.
Riveting. I love y'all so much, and I'll be so excited if I ever hear this on the podcast. Shout out to my newly claimed sister, Amber, who has always been obsessing over this story ever since I told her, and has been researching like a madman, LOL. Keep it weird, y'all, but not so weird that. Take it away, Ash.
Oh my God, I don't even know. Not so weird that you don't tear down that fucking living room and sheetrock because we need to find out. We need an update to this story.
Also, you are absolutely adorable.
I know, I love you
have the
guys.
prettiest eyes I have ever seen.
I know.
Like, holy hell, girl, Becca, like your eyes are outrageous.
They're so blue.
You guys are so cute. I can't
I
handle it.
love you guys.
You're a beautiful couple.
You really are. Your man says Dave Grohl vibes.
He does have
So it
Dave
makes
Grohl
sense.
vibes. So good for you, girl.
Got him.
Got him.
Got him. And your cats are so cute.
Becca, that was a story.
That was crazy.
That was wild.
All right. This tale is one of carnage, a delicious just desserts, and haunting spooky feelings felt to this day. To start, this story has 26 different versions.
Whoa.
All the information that is in this tale can be found on The Pig Farm Murder of 1887 by Karen Field, who married into the Field family, descendants of Lily Field.
Oh, wow.
And Clifford Knutson. It's important for Field that the full story be known instead of the 26 different versions. Field is quoted as saying, "We wanted to make sure that people knew the story behind it. It's not just a ghost story. It's not just a haunted pig farm. It's a story about how a family came to rural Minnesota and how the family experienced tragedy after tragedy."
Aw.
I love when you guys focus on the victim first, so that's where we'll start. It's May of 1887, and Lily Field is a young 16-year-old woman who was growing up on her family farm in St. Olaf Township, located in Otter Tail County, Minnesota. P.S. You guys just recently covered a listener tale that took place in Fergus Falls, Minnesota. This tale takes place just a few miles from what Fergus Falls is now. Sorry for the squirrel moment. Just wanted to represent for my fellow Fergus Falls listeners.
I love that.
Back to Lily. She was the daughter of Mrs. Alex Field. You're reading that right. Mrs. Alex Field. Just 9 months before Lily's atrocious slaying, her father had committed suicide. The Field family was unfortunately familiar with loss before. Mrs. Field had lost Lily's older sister in the process of childbirth. On the morning of May 28th, 1887, Lily was left home with her little brother Charles while her mother ran to town. Lily, Charles, and a hired farmhand by the name of Nels Olson Holong were starting with morning chores. Nels pulled Charles aside and asked him to run to the neighbor's farm, about a mile away, to drop off a shovel. Charles did as he was told and got on his way with the scoop shovel. It is reported that Nels was in love with Lily and had been pursuing her for quite some time. However, Lily was not in love with Nels and did not appreciate the attention he was giving her. After Charles made his way to the neighbor's house, it was assumed that Nels and Lily were to finish the morning chores. Lily was in the house attending to chores while Nels was finishing up in the barn. However, Nels had other plans. He was back on his bullshit of, I'm going to use modern day terms because in 1887, the local paper was all about patronizing women. Harassing Lily. The local newspapers report Lily was not one to take Nell's harassment or shit. Let me just say, as you should, queen. Insert clapping hands emoji. Nels was around 28 years old in 1887 and was described by local newspapers as a 5'7", 130-pound man with somewhat stooped shoulders and dark hair.
So he has bad posture, is
He
what you're
does.
saying.
Nels later admitted that a squabble broke out between him and Lily. This squabble would lead to the disappearance of both Lily and Nels. These disappearances were not immediately alarming to Mrs. Field or Charles. Nels was done with his work for the day by the time Charles and his mother had returned, and Lily would normally spend the night at a neighbor's house to spend time with a girlfriend. It wasn't until the next morning, May 29th, 1887, that suspicions started rising. Nels had not shown up for work, and Lily had not returned from the neighbor's house for morning chores. Charles was worried but started attending to the farm chores. He was walking out to the pig pen to feed and was met with his sister's nude, mutilated, slain, and partially eaten body.
Holy shit.
That's so intense.
That's horrifying.
Lily was, quote-unquote, begrimed in dirt and found without a single piece of clothing on her body. Her throat, along with her principal veins and arteries, severed completely. This horrendous finding was brought to the attention of Mrs. Field, who alerted local sheriffs. It wasn't until the evening of May 29th, 1887, that Nels was found in the nearby town of Wendell, Minnesota, attempting to flee to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Nels was apprehended and taken to the Fergus Falls jail for holding. Justice could have been served by lynching if the sheriff Alonzo Brandenburg hadn't shown up to stop the mob. World traveled fast in the 1880s. While Nels was being held, Lily was laid to rest by her family members along with community members. From the pig farm murder of 1887 by Karen Field and Clifford Knutson, Knutson noted, "I feel confident we know where she is buried, within a 15 by 20 foot.
Wow.
It's straight west of Ashby, Minnesota, and is very close to Fort Pomme de Terre." While Lily's family was laying her to rest, Nels was awaiting trial and gushing to local sheriffs, reporters, and inmates about Lily and what had transpired on the morning of May 28th,
that guy.
1887. He's gross.
Fuck you, Nels.
This sick fucker would go into detail about what he had done and later retract statements he had previously made. Eventually, Nels confessed and is quoted by saying that, "I came in and found Lily washing. I asked her for some tea, but she refused to get any. I asked for her picture, but she refused that request also. We quarreled, and Lily picked up a butcher knife and told me to get out while moving towards me. I had a jackknife in my hand from cleaning my pipe. I struck at Lily with the knife and stabbed her in the front part of her throat. My God. She clutched her neck, ran out of the house, and fell. I stabbed her again, carried her to the hog lot, and went to the lake to wash off the blood from my hands. After this, I left the farm."
You're a piece of shit.
Matter of a fact, yep, I stabbed her in the throat.
Yeah, she was like, "No, I won't make you tea, and no, you can't have my picture." And he's like, "I'll just stab you in the throat then."
Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Eventually, Nels had a trial that quote-unquote went quickly, where he was convicted of murder and sentenced to hang. Remember when I said this guy was a sick fuck? Well, as if detailing his crimes to fellow inmates was enough, this fucker had the audacity to have a petition signed by community members asking for clemency.
Oh, fuck you.
Nels was then examined by two physicians who found him to be of sane mind. Less than a year after Lily's slaying, William Rush Merriam, governor of Minnesota, signed his death warrant, and Nels was set to hang on April 13th, 1888. Scaffolding was quote-unquote erected at the southeast corner of the jail, along with a high fence that did not allow for spectators. On April 13th, 1888, at 1:30 p.m., a minister entered Nels' cell. At 1:45 p.m., Sheriff Alonzo Brandenburg arrived and said, "Nels, the time has come to do my duty." Nels was handcuffed and read his death warrant on the way to the scaffolding. Before climbing the scaffolding, the sheriff said, "Stand up like a man, Nels." I love it. Once Nels was in place, Sheriff Brandenburg looked at him and said, "Be a man, Nels," and pulled the executioner's lever.
What a last thing to say.
I know, it's wild. Later that day, the Daily Journal reported, for the first time in the history of Otter Tail County, a murderer has paid the penalty of his crime.
Damn.
Might I just add, hell fucking right he did. After 11 and a half minutes, Nels' pulse was not detectable.
Damn.
It's a long time.
Long time.
His heart stopped after 20 minutes when physicians pronounced him, Nels Olson Holong, dead. Nels is compared by authors as a contemporary Jack the Ripper. However, I would disagree and say he's more of a distant Willie Picton love child.
That's literally what I was thinking.
I agree. The Pig Farm, otherwise known as the Ghost Farm, is a hotspot for teenagers and paranormal seekers to visit at night. From my family members' reports, upon pulling up to the abandoned farm site, their cars would stall. You could hear squealing of pigs, screams of a young woman, and blood-curdling screams of a mother writhing in grief. It's rumored that in the late 1970s, a serious seance, quote-unquote, was conducted at the farm to summon Lilyfield.
I love that it wasn't a silly goofy seance. It was a serious seance.
Don't come if you're looking for laughs, because this is a serious fucking seance.
Leave your silly goose business behind.
Upon asking for Lily to show a sign that she was present, all the wildlife, birds, insects, and frogs, became silent.
Ooh.
It has also been reported that a dim candlelight carried by a woman has been seen moving in the swampy area south of the demolished farmhouse. That's so chilling.
I love that.
Approaching the woman carrying the candlelight results in the woman and the candlelight distancing herself from the visitors.
Good for her.
But listen here, if I were in Lily's shoes, I would run the hell away from anyone trying to approach me too.
Absolutely, I would.
Yup. And you can be damn sure that I would scream my fucking head off if teenage middle-aged man came onto my farm site.
Yeah, she's probably like, who the fuck are you? What are you going to do?
Yeah, like what? And those patronizing newspaper articles about me would be non-existent because Lily was a 16-year-old badass woman that fought like hell to keep a 28-year-old man off of her.
Hell yeah, she was.
Oof. That was a doozy. This one was for my mom, since that last listener tale from Fergus Falls didn't even write something juicy in, like the pig farm murder. And that was a quote. Take it away, Ash and Alaina. My mom, sister, and I love you both.
We should take it easy.
Oh, take it easy. I was like, take it away. I don't know what to say.
You're like, do work. And she's like, take it easy.
She's like, no.
Like, calm down.
There's our go-to. Do work.
Man.
That was wild.
What an old-timey tale for the ages.
I know.
Fuck Nels, man.
Fuck Nels. What a sad story. Just because she was
Nels.
like, yeah, I don't like you. He was like, oh, okay, let me stab you in the throat.
She literally was like, no, I won't make you tea. And no, you can't have my picture. And he was like, murder, I guess.
Ridiculous. Also, she was so pretty.
She really was.
Sad.
She was gorgeous.
Oh, and he was not.
And he was not, so I get it.
Oh, he has a creepy mustache. He's a worm with a mustache.
He is a worm with a mustache. Fuck you, Nels.
All right,
guys,
everybody.
Those were some good-ass listener tales.
Brought to you by you, for you, frub you, and all about you.
We had a nice little mishmash.
We sure did.
You know?
So we hope you keep listening.
And we hope you
keep
it
weird. But not so weird that you don't keep sending in listener tales to morbidpodcast@gmail.com. XOXO.
You wouldn't take financial advice from a 72 hours in a single day alpha influencer, would you? Same goes if you're in a car accident or any accident. Who you choose matters. That's why Morgan & Morgan exists. They're the largest injury law firm in America, and they've built a reputation by actually winning cases, not just talking about it. Over 1,000 lawyers across all 50 states and $30 billion recovered. Injured? Go to forthepeople.com/podcast. That's forthepeople.com/podcast.
In the U.S., there's a break-in every 26 seconds. But when intruders step near, Simply Safe Home Security steps up.
Stop. This is Simply Safe. Police are on the way.
Using AI alerts, U.S.-based live agents help deter break-ins. Simply Safe, no long-term contracts. Save 50% on your new system with professional monitoring at simplysafe.com/SXM or with promo code SXM.
Outdoor deterrence requires a Simply Safe Active Guard outdoor protection plan starting at $49.99 a month. Visit simplysafe.com/licenses for alarm license information. Tennessee 2012.